Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Unfortunately, even after I came back from my holiday, I ended up getting ill for quite a few days. I'm still got a little bit left to recover, but here I am. We're back to streaming. So was it 4 days off again? Oh my goodness, I've never been off so long. But we're back again here on this Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman is back in the house. So let's see how we can go. We can get some consistency back up and running. We're going to get into, obviously, Ethereum fundamentals today, talk a little bit about that. We're going to jump into Pulse Chain. And, of course, is it crypto war? I don't know, but there's the Iranian war is on, and hopefully it's going to be a pretty quick thing. It's looking promising at the stage. We obviously got the stock market going to open up. I don't think futures market's open yet, so probably get a blues clue about that later. But, yeah, it seems to be going pretty well. The market's holding in a nice little range right now on the majors. So, we're going to get into all that. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Had a little bit of a haircut since last time, so at least that's something, right? Let's add something. We got probably the viewer says, welcome back. Hey, welcome back to yourself. You, great to see you. And Wayne says, sharp haircut, very fast. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, looks a lot better, doesn't it? A lot better indeed. It was getting a bit uncontrolled. But here we are, guys. We're back. So let's get into it. Now, we do have, I think we've got Monster Thread number 43 coming out later today. So that's going to be pretty exciting. 43 weeks of the Monster Thread, Pulse Chain's hottest weekly news. So that's coming later on. And what else? I think we've got some big news. I think we've got LibertySwap. We're going to be talking about that today. They're rolling out over the week ahead of us. And I've already rolled out some stuff. So we're going to talk about that with LibertySwap. That's pretty huge. Really, our Kraken project, I think, on Pulse Chain is LibertySwap, and they just keep delivering. So really excited. And frontier of crypto too, so that's pretty cool. Want to do some honorable shout outs as well. Shout out to Emmett Farms, and they're doing a great job. Big shout out to Kairos. Shout out to Nexian out there, all innovating in the farm space and in DeFi space. So big shout out to those teams. What else? We've got to be covering the Greys. They've had a bit of a campaign on. They seem to have a new referral system. It seems to be working well so far. So we're going to briefly cover that later on. And then, of course, we've also got True DeFi has been, pushing forward and doing pretty well. So we're going to be covering the stuff from True DeFi. So hopefully that's some of the little snippets there. We're going to check out the Pulse chart too. I thought would be pretty cool to do. So let's get into it without further ado. If you're new to the channels, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels. And if you're on X, also streaming on there. Don't forget to hit the follow button as well. All right, so there we go. All the socials you'll find inside the video description and pinned to the top of X if you want to join up to Discord, Telegram, all those good things. All right. So let's jump away into the, into the chart there. We did have a big blockcast space, didn't we, yesterday? We might talk about that later on too. I think that's of some interest, so let's do that. Before we do it, though, let's jump into the majors, talk about crypto. We might go to the small screen here. And we can see that total market cap at the moment, 2.345 trillion. 2.345 trillion, so very tiny market cap in the crypto. I think we're gonna have a mega re-rate of this market cap. We're gonna head 20, 30 trillion or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be quite severe. So I think, just remember this time. We're down 1.3% right now. We are expecting, of course, the avalanche to begin, I think, when the Clarity Act goes through and we have market structure and regulation, right? So it's kind of the big tsunami that we're expecting to really kick things into gear. Maybe we will get that by April. Really kind of need it in there before that time of the year. We don't want to leave it until later in the year. We've got the interim elections, don't we? We have the interim. I'm struggling to speak. Interim elections for the United States. So, although I think we might end up being pretty good with the results there. Anyway, so we got Bitcoin right now at $65,750, down 1.6%. We got Ethereum at $1,939, down 0.9%. So not too bad at the moment, given the fact we got the Iranian attack on. Although it does look pretty overwhelming at the moment. The United States and Israel there taking out the leadership of Supreme Leader Khamenei. And it looks like hopefully we'll get a people's revolution there, and the people will finally be free, just like they were back 1969, and enjoy the Western way of life. Remember that Iranians are Persians, so they got a different culture there, and about probably I think it's 82% around that point has wanted to be free, and so this is their chance to be free, and let's watch it happen. That's what happened. BNB right now is up 0.6% at $619. Number 5, XRP down 1.7% at $1.35. Solana, which moves up and down pretty bigly, let's say, is at $83.64, down 0.5%. Tron at number 8 is down 0.4% at 28 cents. And of course, what else there? We've got Doge at number 10 is down 1.9% at 9.2 cents there on the old Doge. I'm not sure what's happening with the figure outlook there, but that is the numbers. Best performer is BNB up 0.6%. The only green one out of the majors, and out of the last week is also the only one that's really up 0.6% there. Looking at the best performer over the last week, we got Polkadot number 1 in the top 100, up 17%. Decried up 13%, and we got number 3 is Near up 13%. Aptos at number 4 up 11%, and Leo token up 11% as well. So those are the top 5. We happen to have 6 coins in the top 100 up 10% for the week, and that includes Internet Computer there, ICP. All right, so those are top performers there in top 100. Top 1,000 at the moment, we've got Syndicate, AI Rig Complex, and Palladium Network. They're the leading in the top 1,000. Trending overall, we've got Pax Gold, Bitcoin, and Pudgy Penguins. No surprises there, I guess, with that lineup. So that is our leaders there. We're going to zoom in. I was going to look at Bitcoin a bit more, but we might do that tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. So let's jump straight into a Pulse chain from here. I'm going to go back to the GoPulse site there because we've got the day. We're on day 1,024. Still around the bottom. So 1,000 days and 24. We got Pulse at the moment down 3% at 5 zeros. Can you believe it? It's almost mind-boggling, isn't it? We used to talk about, of course, the mean sacrifice price at 0001. Here we are at 5 zeros, 833, down 2.95%. We got Pulse at the moment has got 5 zeros as well, 6,000, pretty incredible, down 3.25% today. We got Ink token at 35 cents, down 2.7%. We got Hex at the moment on Pulse chain at just under 1,500th of a penny, down 2.9%, and EHEX sitting at 00061. So if you want heaps of Hex right now, it is in the zone. 00061 for EHEX. Combined price of EX and PX is just over 0.2 of a penny. So 0.2 of a penny there. Combined price of EX and PX there. Looking at the buy and burn, I think it's saying 8.6% right now on PulseX, 8.6. All right, let's jump over to have a look at some of the other things we haven't looked at for a while. Validators, 53,528 validators right now. Now, validators would be pretty unprofitable at the moment, but you can pick up heaps of them. You can pick up 32 million Pulse for, what is it, $280 or something like that. And so, getting lots of values in position for turnaround, that is the place. And of course, it's a public good, right? They're doing community service. So that's kind of where we are right now on the old validators. Still looking pretty strong, aren't we? Looking pretty strong. No big capitulation of validators, even with the profitability level being negative. Gas prices, 832,000 beats right now, 0.2 of a penny for a PulseX swap. So super cheap to do business on Pulse chain. and a bridge there sitting apparently at 68.6 million. We got 15.4 million in USDC. What do we got there? 14.8 million in DAI. We've got 5,600 ETH, 4.8 million USD Tether there. Now, I do note that Coast is saying 15 million. I don't know when it jumped up there. So someone might want to let me know. So probably happened during the time I've been away or not streaming. We've got Super Snakes in the house. Evening, friends. Good to see you, Super Snake. Welcome, welcome. So that is the stable coins there. Excuse me. Like I say, I'm not almost recovered, but not quite there yet. Just about. So that is that's the Go Pulse. Let's have a look at the Pulse chain chart here, and we can see that it's pretty horrendous. I mean, we are down at 8,300. All-time low was last week, which is only a few days ago, and that low there was 7,800. So 7,800 for Pulse all-time lows. Now, if you look at the monthly chart, it's pretty horrendous. Let's get rid of the overlays. That is what the chart looks like. So pretty unfortunate. And if we add in the overlays, that purple box there is the SEC, when the SEC court case was hanging as dark clouds over Pulse Chain. But unfortunately, given market conditions and everything else that's gone on, a lot of black swan events on Pulse Chain, dumpers, all sorts of stuff, exploits, with chains come down quite low. Now, obviously, this is pretty bad if you were in early, but of course, if you are coming in now, it's a godsend, right? So you can pick up massive volumes on Pulse Chain whenever that's low peaks out. So some people picking the fact that March might be a reasonably flat to up month. So March might be flat to up, and then April we might start seeing our first green month. So on Pulse Chain for a long time. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on our 7th. We just started our 8th month, so we're on 7 months of red. Will we see a slight green month this month in March? Probably reasonable in my view to expect that. And then April, we could have a proper green month there and get a nice green month. That would be pretty cool. But man, that's been quite a string of red months, and no wonder the community sentiment has been so low, right? I mean, it's just self-evident there. When's the last time we had a green month? Well, it was July 25. So it was the last time we had a green month, and it was pretty spectacular. So we're going to get a spectacular green month possibly by April. Let's see. So obviously we're looking for that Clarity X. Could be the thing we need, a good shot in the arm. So maybe buying around here is a pretty good volume play. And you get picking up massive volumes, right, at this level, right? 50 is 8,300 because the mean sacrifice price is at 0001, for goodness sake. So there we go. And of course, we go back to the first month. We actually were well in the money. It was 002883 was the all-time high there, which is pretty insane. So we are well and truly opposite of that. So let's do some bit of fun moon math. Let's go from the bottom, 7,800, and if we took it all the way up to that high there, that's 3,563%. So that would be, people wouldn't be sneezing about that very much. So was that a 36x or something back to the all-time high? So massive volumes right now. Massive volumes is what you can pick up. So what's a billion right now? A billion pulse right now is $8,300 approximately. With a little slippage there. So $8,300 to get a billion pulse. How many wallets were in the sacrifice that were a billion? About 1,000. About 1,000 wallets had a billion or more pulse. And so you get based on that measure, you'd get yourself in the top 1,000. And at the moment, it's only going to cost you $8,300. So yeah, and what would it have cost you? $83,000 or so. $83,000 to get that position on SAC. So what a deal right now. Massive volumes for a fraction of the price. So there we go. That is some of the little things on Pulse Chain, some little thoughts there on the monthly. The daily, of course, we've got no turning points in the moving averages yet. They're all down, right? All down. So everyone will be looking for that turning point in the moving averages coming up. And so, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But is this the bottom? Did we have the bottom just a few days ago? and was at that 7,800 mark there. And obviously we've actually come down to meet that again, obviously with the Iranian war on. Hopefully a very brief one there. All right, so that is the old pulse. Let's move over to the current markets and see if we look at what's turning over. We've got at the moment, we've got the top performer at the moment is Morbius. Big shout out to Morbius team here. Only been around for a couple of months based on this pair, up 51%. So it's taking the leadership today. Stacks been around for over a year, up 40%. Not sure what's driving that either today. We've got Smorg up 21%, been around for 17 days. Pulsemaker up 13%. True Farm. So obviously we've been talking about True Farm. We're going to talk about True Farm now. True Farm here obviously got a leadership team with Daniel and Neil and the others doing pretty cool. And this chart's looking pretty good. So this is True Farm. They did a collab with Emmett Farms with Kairos. And they have got their own farm and it's looking pretty good actually. How many days has this been going? 1 month and 2 days. Now, obviously, their first product was the True 2X miner to double your 2X your pulse. One of the entrepreneurial adventures of that, of course, is being True Farm, and that is a farm, and it seems to be ticking away okay at the moment, up at 97.5 cents at the moment on the old price. We've got a pulse ratio. Pulse ratio holding up pretty well as well, 117,000 pulse per True Farm. So there we go, that's ticking away. And I think I got a little snippet here from Neil. Thank you, Neil. Appreciate Neil doing that. Wars and global uncertainty spook markets. In the meantime, users can grow their pulse positions with True 2X. No impermanent loss. So obviously the True 2X there, 2X. Total pulse deposits so far, 314 billion pulse. And their first product's been going for 71 days with the old True 2X miner there. What they distribute the last day, $8,000 worth, 967 million. Pulse, they got 29,515 miners right now, and they have their own farm, right? So they have their own farm. Let's go have a look at the farm, shall we? Have a look at the farm. Let's have a look at the farm here. True Farm. Actually, they got the wrong way there. We have to go back to the farm here. Farm. And let's have a look. So total supply 1.1 million tokens. Missions are 1,036 per day of True Farm. Market cap is 1.1 million right now, so it's sitting nicely over that 1 million pocket. They also have, obviously, with a basically like a fork of Emmett Farms. They have EDI rewards, don't they? You stake True Farm in EDI. APRs at the moment 254%, which is a third of a percent a day or 2.5% per week. So that is the current amount. There's $444,000 in there right now. Now, obviously, that depends on the volume turnover. Turning over about 7K on this pair. I think it's the main pair. So that is where we are. So there we go. Nice work. Keep up the good work there, True Farms. And they no doubt will be expanding their DeFi over time. So look forward to that. And of course, they do have part of their True Miners. They have an RSE fund, which is basically goes invest in top DeFi on Pulse Chain. Obviously, Emmett Farms and True Farms will be front runners for that. So it's kind of the play. All right. So that is True Farms. Ticking away there. What else we got going? We got PC de Grays, UFO PO. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. It's up 6%. So yeah, we've got a few big front runners there. It looks like True Farms there up 10%. Everything else is up a few percentage points here. We've got Mafia coin from Rack and Rochelle, currently 40 cents right now. Doubt token sitting there as well, below 0.2 of a penny, up 3%. So we've got a couple of little movers. Go Pulse itself up 3.1% or up 1.5% at 3.1 cents. And that kind of it at the moment. So we've got 21 coins that are slightly green that are trending on the default view for a Dick screener, and everything else is in the red to some degree. So let's see what's down the most. Pew Pew, which was leading yesterday, is down 27%. What's FS Gel? I know a few influencers got onto this. This was a pump tires, as I understand it, down 12.7%. Time Dividend, one of our blue chips, our big wallet from KG, down 12.7%. So someone must be taking profits there. and that had been performing pretty well. And we got some OG Web Chef down 8%. Pepe meme coin down 8% there as well. World's greatest pre-dye printer there, so dominance and p-dye printer there, both OG Web Chef stuff down 7% there. Zendog, which is tied in a little bit to PCock, is down 7% as well. So that's kind of where we are on that. Let's pick out the old PCock itself. We're going to go to this one here, and we're going to talk about LibertySwap a little bit. So let's do that. Super Snake says, prices at fire sale levels. My old lady would kill me if she knew I was buying after being down 90% plus for 2 years, says Super Snake. Well, you're lowering your average pretty dramatically right now with the volumes are pretty tempting. So it's probably a smart play in the context of that. Very smart play, I would say, relative to that. So the weekend is close and the wave of protocols is on the way. So this is from PCock. PCock has been performing pretty well. Obviously, PCock is the official token of the LibertySwap privacy and trading solutions and bridging, I guess. They do so much, so it's a long title, isn't it? Long title. But this is the PCock chart there. Let me go to the daily. Obviously, it's down with the Iranian volatility, but that is the chart. So it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good with the chart, moving averages there as well. RSI sitting around 50, so it's sitting in a pretty spot, the old PCock there, and it's currently just below 1.6 cents at the moment. So there we go. But they've got obviously some huge upgrades. I mean, these upgrades are major upgrades coming in the week ahead. The weekend is close. Well, we're just coming out the weekend now, aren't we? And a wave of protocol upgrades is on the way. I keep forgetting, I'm in New Zealand, so it's already Monday here. Sorry, I'm in Australia at the moment. Sorry, my bad. There we go. That's bad habits for you. The weekend is close, and the wave of protocol upgrades is on the way to ensure a smooth launch of LibertySwap 2.0 with its hooked smart contracts integrating Chainlink CCIP. So it's basically interconnecting chains and Circle CCTP. So stable coins there. Plus expanded multi-chain support and especially a LibertyX. So LibertyX, of course, we're very excited. It's what's next big main modular launch, I would say. We're rolling out new features continuously from February the 28th to March the 7th, 2026. So they've already started to begin this. And so let's have a quick look and see where they've got with some of this. Good morning. That was on the 28th there. Just a daily reminder, have you bridged to Pulse Chain, of course. Now we're not going to read through everything. We're just going to jump to a few key posts. We'll scroll through all this. Let's see, what was our next big? They've obviously continued to buy up PCock as well with fees and additional capital, which has kind of been pretty cool. 28th there, in a few hours, we'll connect even more chains and layers to Pulse Chain. So that's pretty exciting. Wartime Liberty mode. I like that. And then, of course, we had this announcement, this link here. So if you're in Strategy Club, I would have posted this in the Strategy Club section. But Circle CCTP, fast transfers land in just 10 seconds. How about that? We'll cover all CCTP transaction fees for our users, zero extra cost to you. So this example had USDC coming over, and that all happened pretty fast, right? CCTP fast transfer, all done and dusted there. I don't know if we had any comments on that, but let's do this, absolutely. And let's scroll back up here a little bit more. We're building capabilities like CCTP that allow tokenized stocks, and this is very key output. So if you're wondering why this is so cool, it really is a big deal. We're building capabilities like CCTP that allow tokenized stocks. Remember that, obviously, we talked about tokenization being a big deal in traditional markets, tokenizing their stocks on the stock market like NASDAQ, CBOE, etc. Funds, the bank deposits and stable coins to travel seamlessly across chain to Pulse Chain. So we're all getting ready for all that. We know that Ethereum's going to be the main chain. Pulse Chain is the full system stake fork of Ethereum, and LibertySwap's making all of this pretty seamless across chains. And so this is very exciting. Coming soon, Chainlink CCIP and Net Intent. So very cool. So they've obviously been doing pretty well with that. They've got Circle there. with their stuff. We're building capabilities that allow tokenized stakes. So that's kind of the backdrop. There's a little video on that. Kind of neat. All right, so what else? Let's scroll back up here. Obviously doing more buybacks. LibertyX is ready. They said on the 1st of March, LibertyX is ready and can open to the public anytime now. So not only are we getting this cross-chain technology, but LibertyX is almost there to go. So we're excited about that. Privacy trading on Pulse Chain will be so cheap and fast, just like regular swaps. Isn't that amazing? These guys are making it possible, and they're based on out of Pulse Chain, really. So it's kind of neat. All right, so that was kind of cool coming from LibertySwap. Let's just keep scrolling. So a few, they've been doing more buybacks, of course. Buying more PCock, leading the way there. Yeah, we'll keep going up here, keep going. Let's have a look. I think we're getting pretty close now. Yeah, 7 hours ago. Yeah, so that was the last big announcement they had there, wasn't it? Yeah, we're excited to announce the Circle CCTP is now live on LibertySwap. This enables instant native USDC transfers between Pulse Chain and all CCTP supported chains. Currently 18 and growing fast. So 18 chains there. More funds in and out of Pulse Chain Railgun and between other blockchains seamlessly. First patch live USDC. There we go, from Unichain, Optimism, Ink on Chain. EUSDC on Pulse Chain is now officially live via LibertySwap plus Circle CCTP there. So EUSDC there. For now, LibertySwap is covering all Circle CCTP fees on these transfers. Fully sponsored gas incoming soon. So there we go. Very, very exciting. All right. Yeah. Native USDC bridging from Pulse Chain with zero fees, serious unlock. It says Rhino Fi, 18 chains connected and gas transfers incoming. Yeah, on ramp just got a whole lot smoother. This is the kind of infrastructure that changes everything quietly. Yeah, indeed. So some good stuff there happening. All right, so that is some of the updates there for LibertySwap, and PCock holding there pretty well at just below 1.6 cents. But probably more interesting is the pulse ratio, right? So let's look at that. Pulse ratio, we have seen this looking really good. So it's just below 1900 right now. All-time high was back up here at 2000, and that was only back on the 26th. But the chart itself is looking very nice. Look at that. And the RSI, plenty of room to move indeed. So it's trading above the 21 moving average now on the 4-hourly, which is pretty cool for the trader's view. In the daily, it's well above there too as well, above the 21-day moving average, and they got all this rollout, so it is very cool. And it's nice to have a team that keeps delivering, and there's no rug pulls or bad exploits and that. Isn't that kind of neat? LibertySwap is slick as hell, says Super Sneak. I use it for all my bridges from Coinbase. Do you think PCock can hit $1 in the next 12 months? Well, I definitely think it's got the chance to. I can't remember what the number was, but it's got the chance to do that. Yeah, for sure. It definitely can do it. If anything on Pulse Chain is going to lead the way, I think it's the LibertySwap. Unless something new comes, that's pretty amazing. But it'd be funded pretty well, and we know LibertySwap seems to be funded pretty well, and they seem to do what they say. And that's also on the frontier of privacy trading and utility stuff and DeFi. So they're going to be doing a whole lot. It's kind of a quasi attack on the old Pulse Chain in some ways, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And PulseX as well, PulseX. But they're really, it's really impressive, so yeah, it's kind of shining light. Now they want to be top 50 on Coin Market Cap, and this is the other thing that we haven't really talked about is that they have done everything they can to get the PCock registered on market cap and not using 24-hour volume. 24-hour volume puts them at around 4,300, give or take, on Coin Market Cap ranking site. But if they get the market cap, it will jump them pretty much, I think, give it all things equal based on market cap, in the top 1,000. So that's a 3,300 ranking jump. And that also puts them in, a lot more eyes in the view. If they do get that jump, they'll probably get pushed up again because people will be so FOMO about the whole fact. And they put that in a couple of days ago. So that kind of looks like the last thing. They've been, making sure everything's verified in contracts and all that, working with CoinMarketCap to do that. But the payoff is huge. So it's a bigger payoff in some ways than the technology they're launching, which is the irony of it. But the technology they're launching is really frontier stuff. So it's pretty exciting. So that's some of the backdrop there. We'll keep a lookout for them. And that could be, they could very much get in the top 1,000 there. Top 50 was where they're heading. And they could be our first and probably only meme coin that gets to $1 billion, I should say. There's only about 6 coins that are around $1 billion in the planet. And LibertySwap's definitely, with PCock, is definitely the front runner for that. So, yeah. And they keep buying up, using their fees to buy up and be consistent, expanding their fee revenue opportunities as well. They got DeFi coming, right? The hooks all coming. The DeFi hooks for LibertySwap 2.0. They got the CCP stuff happening. They got they're about to launch the LibertyX. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that too when it comes out this week. All right, so big week ahead for LibertySwap with the old LibertyX coming. All right, I think that's kind of it. Let's jump over to some other stuff we had. I think we covered the markets pretty well. I did want to cover PDC, the Greys. So let's do that. PDC, the Greys here. That's had quite a nice little rally. That's the US price. So obviously it's been rallying for the last week or so off the bottom there. But I want to look at the pulse ratio. And pulse ratio has really been rallying, right? So the pulse ratio there up over 11. So pretty awesome. Got to 11.5. They do have a referral program that ran for month of February. I think it ratchets up or something like that every month. It's a brand new idea, and they've got a brand new website, of course, lots of stuff with their affiliate program. So the announcement, all commissions have been paid for the month of February. So it just closed off for the February month. And, of course, it looks like it was pretty successful with the February, right? Looks pretty good. Where was the price at the beginning of February? Here was the price here. It was at 6.5 pulse. So, they pretty much, what's up, about 75% on the ratio. So pretty good in 28 days. So that is PDC the Greys. 2 separate community members earned roughly $850 worth of PDC each. So congratulations to them. Others also earned some great rewards as well. What a great way to DCA the bottom of the Pulse chain. Excited for another amazing onboard month ahead. So it doesn't look like that's got too far to go there, does it? Looks pretty good. So congrats, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. Now I don't know if they've got a few more details on it. I haven't been here. Well, I have been, but not watching everything as I normally might try and do. Let's see where the Perry Banana would have been covering it. Official month of the new Greys affiliate program is in the books. February showed up strong, and our hard-working onboarders absolutely delivered. Over 200 buys, totaling nearly 1.3 billion PDC, with a USD value of over 100,000. That's 3 sharks, 8 dolphins, and 1 squid. 25 million PDC is headed to referrers' wallets. Congratulations, the Greys. So this could really start running away, right? With the first successful month, it could really start running away. So we're going to keep a tabs on that. Yeah, let's see where it goes. And we see a second month where it's increasing. Really could get pretty crazy. Not sure if we've got the website here. I must have the website up here somewhere. PC, this one here. I guess it's on here. Let's have a quick look. None of this is planned, of course. Just doing it live. Hey, we got Mikey in house. Good to see you, Hexvader. Hey, gang. Welcome. You gotta love that website with the old 3D view. Where's the referral on here? It's not obvious to me. It's probably, is it on the news site? Maybe it's on the news site. I don't remember 100%. Let's go to this. If you guys know, let me know in the chat, and that'll be fine. Yeah, maybe it's on the new site. The old referral program. I'm not sure if they had a I don't seem to have a. How does is that one there? Why do they don't? I don't seem to have a link to it. Maybe there's a link somewhere down here somewhere. Let's see. A lot of spaces on there. We'll try and bring it up next time with the. Is this the Analytics one? Yeah. Is that new Analytics one there? Let's have a quick look at this website anyway. But anyway, very successful first month there on the referral program. And of course, remember PTC the Greys is the first DAO on Pulse Chain. So it's definitely putting some good fuel in the fire there for the old success of PTC the Greys. All right, so that is pretty much that one. Let's jump out. This dashboard is not rendering yet. It's probably not the website's fault. It's just happening. This happens sometimes. Especially when I'm streaming, because it likes to do that when I'm streaming. So that is pretty much it. Go check it out. We'll try and get the details from the site there. I've probably got a reference here somewhere. I just can't find it at this moment, so we'll do it to cover it again on another stream. Now, the other big thing that happened was we had this Blockcast, right? Blockcast X space yesterday. What a perfect day to have it, because with the Iran, getting rid of the Iran regime, and of course, obviously, market volatility. We'll wait and see what the market will do on the stock market when it opens up later tonight. But we had a spotlight on Pulse Chain community building a network, and this is for Blockcast X Space, and they've got 55,000 followers. They do blockchain and crypto news since 2018. They've got an investor list with 300,000 people on it, so it's pretty impressive. You want new blood, new people eyes seeing Pulse Chain. This was perfect. It was a perfect setup for that, and apparently it was the biggest one they've had with the chain. And of course, Pulsekins, they will come out in good numbers and support, and that probably is what happened there. So Blockcast had a big X space. 18,200 people watched that so far, or 300. And that's been pretty successful. So that was on yesterday. So pretty cool. So yeah, 11,600 tuned in. So fantastic. It's what you want to see, right? You want to get numbers like that really can make some difference, and more people thinking about Pulse Chain, on the back of that. So that's kind of cool. So that was the Blockcast. I'll post that link to it, actually. If you haven't listened to it yourself, if you want to do that, then I'll post it in the chat there. The Blockcast. There it is there. Now, I did say on the title of the video that we'll be talking about Ethereum a bit more. I want to do that. So obviously with Ethereum, there will be, let me just pull it up, but let me pull up TradingView there. And let's go hunt the old ETH price. So with the old ETH price here on Ethereum, let's go to the, I don't know why I've got on that view, but let's do the area. No, let's do some candles. I guess we'll do just normal candles. And we might let's move it to monthly, shall we? Do monthly. So that's the Ethereum chart right now. And the fundamentals are fantastic, guys. So even though, the markets are down on, geopolitics and market makers manipulating, it's been pretty good. Now, obviously, Bitcoin had been up to record highs, 126,000. We got to 4,900, I think it was, on Ethereum. There were a lot of big Bitcoin holders selling, right? Big OGs that had decided, we reached 100,000 plus. It's time for a sell. So there was a lot of money sold and taken out. We saw that. We covered it quite often with the big sellers. So that's definitely been an issue. Obviously, people recently talked about Jane Street potential manipulation, and maybe that had some aspect to it, but it was probably largely just some big sellers cycling down. Once Bitcoin hits 1 million, we get another round of the last OGs probably selling. Waiting for the OGs that waiting for 1 million. The rich hearts of the world that wait for the $1 million marks. And What else? We had, obviously the October liquidation events last year, so we've definitely had a lot of leverage washed out. Heaps more leverage recently. So we've had a couple of big variables there. But the actual fundamentals for Ethereum are absolutely hyper good. We've got record staking queues. What is around 4 million? No one wants to unstake. Everyone wants to stake. We've got Maven coming out for Bitmine immersion. So Bitmine immersion. Remember, we had dozens and dozens of DATs or digital asset treasuries taking up positions. We covered it last year, and then they started off well, right? July, August, September. And then we saw many of them just stop and just out of the blue. And then it was only Bitmine immersion that was really, and maybe SBET as well to some degree, but it was mostly Bitmine immersion buying up the Ethereum, and they're still doing it, right? So they're still buying the Ethereum. So that game plan, Tom Lee and his game plan is still going, everything on track for that. And therefore, what are we going to have? We're going to have Bitcoin with MicroStrategy dominant as the main DAT. And we're going to have on Ethereum, we're going to have Bitmine immersion as the main DAT over there. But they're going to take up the key roles, right? The key roles in terms of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is doing preferred stock and competing with the bond market with yields, absolutely smashing them. Of course, 4% bond market versus 11, 12, 13% on the preferred stock. It's a bit of a no-brainer. And so that's changing the game. It's changing the game in the bond markets as well, putting a lot of pressure, and that's going to play out over time even more. They only really kicked on the gear last year. Then, so what's on Ethereum? What's going to happen with Bitmine on Ethereum? Well, they're going to also be, I sense a kind of a new market offerer, maker, bridge between blockchain and TradeFi, right? So that is the role. And so we're expecting some big things to happen there. The first thing to show up will be Maven. Expected this quarter, right? So Maven there with their customized staking, and they're going to be also providing services to third-party operators as well for Maven. So that's going to be a big deal, and we're expecting that out, I guess, in March now because it's supposed to be Q1. So keep a lookout for that. That could be a big mover there for BMNR, right? So those two are going to dominate. Those DATs are going to dominate. They do dominate about, I think, just from taking it back a little bit to blockchain level, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're dominating 9% of volume, I think, trading volume. So even if you only do two things in crypto, those are the dominant ones, right? And why is liquidity really important in trading? Well, it's because we're the big players coming, right? They come in with big money. They need to be able to go in and out, and so those are really important. So yeah, we're expecting some pretty big things there. Tom Lee is, excuse me, inside 7 months or so has become really the face of Ethereum. Let's say we've got two pro consoles or something like that, like the Roman Empire. We've got Vitalik, I guess, on the technology side, and then we've got Tom Lee on the I guess the market making side, the financial side, actually making mass adoption of Ethereum. So that's where we're expecting that to head to. Obviously, with Bitmine immersion, $200 million investment in Mr. Beast, he's going to match up, Generation Alpha and Z and all that with the Ethereum crypto using through financial apps, right? And we're expecting that this year as well. It's going to be a major big deal. It's almost at the point. It's almost at the point where Tom Lee is setting up Ethereum as the new monetary system. He sees it happening. All the big banks are coming, Morgan Stanley, etc. And so they really race on. Now you got Mr. Beast, who's with Beast Industries wanting to take over the financial markets, be the BlackRock of the age, right? And of course they've got 1 in 3 people on the internet watching Mr. Beast videos, and he's exploding, right? So this is going to be huge. It's pre-ICO as well, so Mr. Beast is worth $5 billion now. They do an ICO and IPO type thing, and they list Mr. Beast. You're probably talking $1 trillion plus valuation, right? So it's going to be pretty big. Now it's going to be built out probably over 2-3 years, is my guess. And so Ethereum is going to play a key role in that for mass adoption to all those hundreds of millions of people in those age gaps, those age brands. So Ethereum's future is bright, guys. It is hyper bright, just on those fronts. So we've got someone that's going to match the people with the technology. We've got all the institutions coming in. Excuse me. They're already buying up all the shares in Bitmine immersion. So let's game on. So I think that the outlook for Ethereum is absolutely ginormous. We've got Ethereum staking, as I said earlier. So supply is disappearing over 30%, almost 30.5% now in staking. We've got tons of innovation happening, smart contracts. We've got tons of tokenization starting up. That's going to be ramping up over the next 2 years. And we've also got the stablecoin play out, which has to be in place by January next year, right, with the regulations out in July probably. And then the Clarity Act, hopefully if it comes in April, it's game on with all the cash coming in. So you can sort of see it's going to be a glorious 2 years in the old Ethereum there. So, yep, short term, probably one of the last sort of months to get in on such a low price. Now, obviously, to the downside scenario, I mean, 1600 is kind of the if we do have one more leg down, it'll be that. But maybe we don't get there. And then maybe this is where we, the 1800 test was kind of where we got to, and then it's game on from here. Institutions are changing the structure a little bit. That being said, markets can do all sorts of crazy things in the short term. But the long-term fundamentals are absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Everyone wants to stake. It doesn't take much buying to push things up when you got an environment like that. And you got tokenization and stablecoins and DeFi, innovation exploding. And then you take Tom Lee, then matching all the young people into the blockchain. You got that mass adoption that everyone's kind of been hoping for, and it's all going to be done through financial apps. And Mr. Beast smile there. So I did note on was it Amazon Prime or something? Mr. Beast was number 1, 3, and 7 or something out of the top 10 shows. So you can see how things are going to unravel, roll out on the old Ethereum. They're going to make it really easy to buy. You won't have to do all the clever stuff to be into crypto. You set up your own wallet, etc. It's all going to be pretty easily done for them through an app, right? So that's pretty much it. So yeah, exciting times, guys. Exciting times. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. 47 minutes on the hour there. That's my first show and a good, decent go back. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be 100%. Almost there, not quite there, but we're getting there. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Monster Thread's coming out later on today, number 43, so it's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, don't forget, huge opportunities to pick up massive volumes around these levels. Once again, not financial advice, due diligence. Ethereum looking good. Pulse Chain should enjoy the glory off the back of that. And we'll see what Richard Hart does with the Magic Carp ride once Ethereum really rallies. So that's, I guess, where we're sitting on that front as well. But hats off to LibertySwap, really pushing the boundaries of technology and value. Could be the first utility meme on Pulse Chain to reach $1 billion in due course with this market rally ahead. And then, of course, we've got a number of other cool protocols out there, and a couple more liquidity forks, and a couple other projects coming around Jacob, around Stu, and people like that. There's good number of things to keep us busy. All right, take care, everybody. I'll catch you on tomorrow's show. Until then, subscribe, like, and share, hit the bell, and catch you then. All right, good to be back, and I'll catch you then. Bye for now.